Good evening and welcome to a brief edition of the news. Army border guards have foiled 2 infiltration attempts into the kingdom from Syria. A military source at the Jordan Armed Forces General Headquarters said army personnel applied the rules of engagement, forcing a group of infiltrators to retreat back to the Syrian border. After searching the area, the army seized hundreds of Captagon pills, quantities of hashish, and thousands of Tramadol tablets. In another foiled attempt, 3 people tried to cross the frontier from Syria. They were arrested and handed over to the competent authorities. Syrian Deputy Foreign Minister Faisal Miqdad said if the U.S. attacked Syria as it did in April after a reported chemical weapons attack, the Syrian reaction will not be the same as before. Speaking to the media in Damascus, Miqdad said he would not be surprised if the U.S. attacked Syria again, but Syria and its allies would react differently to a new aggression.
We won't be surprised if the United States and this administration commit a new aggression against Syria, but they have to study accurately the reactions from Syria or its allies, which will not be the same as in the first aggression. Syria has damaged its chemical arsenal completely. There are no more chemical weapons in Syria. There are no more poisonous gases or chemicals that might be used in military operations.
On the ground, meanwhile, the Syrian army said it would suspend combat operations in southern Syria until Thursday, including Quneitra province, where Israel has hit army posts in recent days. The Army General Command said the ceasefire took effect from midday today. It is the second unilateral ceasefire in the last 2 weeks aimed at supporting reconciliation efforts in the country. The latest announcement extends the ceasefire from Dar'a to the whole of southern Syria, including the southwestern Quneitra province near the border with Israel and Suwaida province in the southeast. To Iraq, and as the battle for Mosul nears an end, a map published by the Iraqi military office showed army units forcing Daesh members into a shrinking rectangle beside the Tigris River. Through the morning, there were airstrikes and artillery salvos on the old city as the number of terrorists fighting the army is reported to be dwindling down from thousands at the start of the offensive to a mere couple of hundred now. Iraqi forces say they expect to reach the Tigris and regain full control over Mosul by the end of this week. And Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi is expected to visit the city to formally declare victory as a week of nationwide celebrations is being planned. The UN Refugee Agency called on European Union states to show more solidarity with Italy in processing migrants and would-be refugees rescued at sea as they try to reach Europe. The UNHCR also urged the Security Council and European Union to impose sanctions including asset freezes and travel bans on known traffickers linked to Libya, the main transit point for the migrants. UNHCR Special Envoy for the Central Mediterranean said this would prevent European authorities or private search and rescue teams from facing problems when trying to disembark passengers. Some 85,000 people have reached Italy by sea this year, a 19% rise against the same period last year. Wildfires continued in the U.S., with firefighters battling the fast-moving blaze named Spring Fire in central California. Fire officials said the fire, that is now 10% contained, forced evacuations and road closures in the immediate area of Mariposa. They say the mountainous terrain has been the biggest obstacle facing the crews. In Italy, a cow saw her pasture as never before. The stoic-looking bovine took a flight dangling by a rope from an Italian fire brigade helicopter after falling into a canyon in the mountains near Verona and was unable to get out unaided. The Italian fire brigade intervened, hoisting up the 700-kilogram heifer with straps before setting her down near her stall. The cow suffered a minor injury to one of her legs, but she's back at her home territory, alive and well. And the House of Dior is celebrating its 70th anniversary. The fashion house kicked off celebrations with its Autumn-Winter 2017-2018 Haute Couture collection at Paris Decorative Arts Museum under the theme Christian Dior, Dream Designer. The show brings together the designs and cultural inspirations behind Dior's 70-year history. The creative director of Dior said she went around Dior's archive as Christian Dior went around the world to inspire her new collection. The event attracted a host of celebrities. To tennis, and Petra Kvitova skipped into the second round of Wimbledon after beating Johanna Larsson 6-3, 6-4 in London. Kvitova, who has recovered from a knife attack in December, will next face the winner of the contest between American Madison Brengel and Richelle Hogenkamp of the Netherlands. In the men's division, Rafa Nadal moved to a smooth first-round victory as he opened his Wimbledon campaign with a commanding 6-1, 6-3, 6-2 victory over Australian John Millman. The Spaniard hit his stride in the final set and wrapped up the victory in under 2 hours. And finally, more of the prevailing hot and dry conditions are expected in most regions as the kingdom remains under the impact of a heat wave, which is expected to begin to subside tomorrow. High temperatures continue with a high of 39 degrees Celsius in Amman, dropping to a low of 26 degrees Celsius at night, while in the Gulf of Aqaba, very hot conditions prevail, with mercury levels soaring to a high of 44 degrees during the day and sliding down to 30 degrees at night. With this, we come to the end of our news in brief. I'm Dana Absham. Thanks for watching and have a good night.